So, Sonic Mania finally came out on PC.
Yay.
Yay, and I finally got to play it, and it's actually a lot of fun.
Well, yeah. That's what I've been hearing.
It is a lot of fun. If you like the older Sonic, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, you'll really enjoy this one.
Yeah.
I'm stuck on one boss right now, but yeah. Otherwise, it is a lot of fun. I've only hit one glitch, though.
Oh.
Had to restart the entire level because of it.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But yeah, it's what we've been asking for, pretty much.
I haven't spent my money on Life is Strange, though, instead. The new one.
Yes.
And that was well worth it.
It was hella worth it.
Oh, yes, it was worth it. Can't wait for episode 2.
Yeah. Let's just hope they don't go episode 2 with a cliffhanger, and then episode 3 comes out as a Word document.
Oh.
Because that also happened.
That won't happen. It's already planned. It even has an episode title on the menu and everything. So it's already planned.
Yep. Anyway, we're not here to talk about video games, even though we would like to. We're here to talk about ponies, so let's get to that. Yes, welcome to Pony 411. This is episode 195 for the week of September 3rd. I am Alca7raz, and with me is Nemesis.
Hey!
Gotta get the finger guns in with that one.
Make your own finger guns, listeners.
Yes. Be the fawns. Yeah, anyway, we've got a possibly short episode, depending on how long our talks go. But, yeah, like normal, we've got some news. We've got a few things to talk about in our discussion. We've got a comic to talk about. Nemesis is going to talk about the new MLP movie art book that came out recently.
Yep.
We're going to talk about some more of the Equestria Girls shorts and the new pony episode that also came out. And we don't have any fan content this week, so we won't be doing that.
Oh.
Yeah. It happens.
It does.
It does. So yes, let's jump right into the news like we always do, and if you would like to follow along, and I do recommend you do, you can find all of our show notes at pony411.libsyn.com/show notes. Remember, that's LIBSYN. So go there, click the link for this episode, and let's get into this. In convention news, Equestria LA has announced Andy Price. They did so in a video.
Yep,
it's a thing.
Spooky video.
Spooky video. He needs to get farther away from the mic during recording that one.
Oh, no.
I can hear all the little things now after doing
You
this
should
for a
get
while.
farther away from the mic.
But we've already tuned this as where it should be.
Farther, so I can't hear you anymore.
No, I'm leading this one. Unless you just want to have a silent episode.
No, I'll just take over.
It's artistic. Anyway, into fandom news. A bunch of new voices have been added to the old XCOM 2 voice pack mod. Yes. It hasn't been out since what? February, I think was the last update to that one. Yeah, anyway, bunch of new voices in there.
Including Sunset Shimmer.
Yay, that's the one you care about.
Voiced by Wubcake.
Yep. There's a lot of fan voices.
Yeah, she does.
So yeah, if you play XCOM 2 and you want more ponies in it, go there. Check it out. Legends of Equestria was recently interviewed by 2 credits, actually. So not by a pony group. It's kind of cool. Spreading.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Might get C indeed. Anyway, they were interviewed and they talked about a whole bunch of different aspects of the game. Like, there's more than I can go through here. It's a lot. So go read that if you are interested. They also released a short little trailer for the upcoming open access release thing, beta.
Yep.
And they use like the lowest quality settings for recording.
Why would you do that?
Apparently to show that it can run on potatoes.
I guess.
Which it kind of can. But it don't look so great when you do that.
Your potatoes couldn't run it very well.
More potato head issues. Yeah. Anyway, a really old animation project called Equestria Tales has released a new animatic. Popped up out of the woodworks and released that. And they've also had an announcement that apparently they have a new animator. I'm probably going to butcher this last name. Rick Farmilo. Which is apparently a big name. Animator.
Yeah, he worked at Disney.
Yeah, so I'm like, how the heck did you get that?
I'm seeing this. Let's see. He's worked on Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Iron Giant, Mermaid, Oliver and Company, El Dorado.
Yeah,
He's worked on a lot of things.
A really big name animator. I'm kind of curious how the heck they pulled that one off.
I don't know. Apparently they said they also have more big names to announce soon, but they can't quite yet.
That's... How did you pull that off?
Someone's got deep pockets.
That's what I'm thinking, because there's no way they could do that for free. No way would I expect them to do that for free. Continuing on, Hasbro has trademarked the brand name Allspark Animation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so no idea what it actually is, because all we know is the trademark is existing, but...
I suspect I know what it is, considering they have their Allspark Pictures.
Yeah, an in-house animation studio.
Yeah, or just the one that handles the animated stuff that they're going to do.
Yeah. Interesting to see where that will go.
I wonder if they're going to rename Boulder Media.
Maybe. Who knows? Into merchandise news, Walgreens has released an exclusive friendship lessons set that includes a Twilight and Spike that have actually been released in other sets. And apparently the Spike one is really old. Yeah. But hey, now you get these two just by themselves.
I have that actual Spike.
Yeah, I think it was what? It's been out for a couple of years.
Yeah, but that Spike was part of the friendship festival thing that's exclusive at Toys R Us.
Yep, so now there's another place to get it. So yeah, no new figures, just a different exclusive set of figures.
Yep.
The single story packs from the Rarity FIM collection set are now available officially.
Mm-hmm.
Might have to get a couple of those. Like, that's the one with got Vinyl Scratch in it.
Yep.
Some Songbird Serenade styling head figures have shown up in Tesco in the UK. So if you're over on that side of the pond, go look for them.
Mm-hmm.
MLP Movie plushies from Build-A-Bear, including Songbird, Tempest, Pinky, Rainbow, and Twilight, are now available, though I think Songbird might not be fully released until the 21st. So it's like there's Australia and stuff, but the rest of them have UK and US. So I think Songbird's got a different release date set thing, whatever. But this includes like Sea Pony clothes, because they're not Sea Pony plushies, but they have like dresses with fins on the back for some of them. Tempest has got her armor and things. Images of the Equestria Girls Minis beach figures have appeared. Yes, beach figures.
Yep, the beach figures. It's a wave. It is.
A wave. You get those at beaches.
Yeah.
Don't give me that look.
Applejack, Fluttershy, Pinkie Pie, Sunset, Trixie, and Twilight.
Yep.
In various outfits.
Missing a few of the main six.
Nothing of value is lost.
Big things of value are lost.
Anyway, it's also interesting on the packaging. New artwork for the ponies on the packaging and stuff. The packaging actually all over is just completely different from the old one. And also they've been photoshopping screenshots from the movies and stuff. Blatantly photoshopping them to be different outfits and whatnot. It's like, okay, sure, I guess.
Whatever works.
Except for Trixie. Trixie's the only one who has just her normal outfit in every single one of them.
Because it's Trixie. No one cares about Trixie, right?
Yeah.
No one at all.
You got totally different artwork. I want to know who did that art.
Yeah, it is a different style, and it's not stock vectors. So that's actually kind of nice to see them not using stock vectors.
Yep. Although it's still Princess Twilight and Side Twilight. That's funny. That package makes it look like they're looking at each other.
Oh my.
Not like that, though.
That won't stop some people. Into comic news, previews for Legends of Magic 5 and the Friendship of Magic issue number 58 are up on iTunes. And Equestria Daily has an extended preview for the movie Prequel number 4 comic. And Equestria Girls news. The Equestria Girls short Raise This Roof is up on YouTube, continuing the trend of releasing the old ones after a while.
Yep.
Yay.
This is the one with the dancing.
Yep, the dancing has a really cool dash dance that she does, a twirl.
Yep.
And flip and
smooth.
twirl.
Look at that animation.
In Friendship is Magic news, a new Celestia-esque short called Fundamentals of Magic has popped up on YouTube.
Look at that animation.
It's no idea that this was going to happen, and it just kind of appeared out of nowhere, and it was a thing in the animation, like you mentioned.
With a vague explanation of magic.
Not a big explanation. It explains
vague one.
nothing.
It's very vague and doesn't really tell us anything, and it doesn't look very good.
And the animation is really
It's all recycled and not very
odd
well.
and kind of janky. I mean, just seeing her walk across the room, just like, what is up with those legs? I don't know. It's just kind of weird, but it's there. It's a thing. Go check it out. And some more of those MLP movie poster things have been posted on the official Twitter accounts. Different style. This one's more like
a whole different style.
Yeah, there's just a whole bunch of different styles that they're doing.
Yep.
They still look really cool though, so go check them out. And a bunch more screenshots of the movie have popped up on another film site.
Yep. 5.
At this point, we'll have screenshots for everything.
Oh no.
Just reconstruct the movie from screenshots.
Except you have no sound.
We'll just lip sync, even though they're not moving.
Right, sure.
And the LP Movie Twitter also dropped another clip showing the different designs of Rainbow Dash, just like they did with the Rarity. This one's Rainbow Dash. So It's got like the Pirate Dash and Sea Pony Dash and normal Dash. And another screenshot from the movie itself. This one's got like Applejack.
Applejack holding an apple.
Of course.
Buy
Apples.
some apples.
The movie's soundtrack now has a cover.
Yeah.
Yay.
It's the logo. What a shock.
Yes, it's the logo with all the characters on the outside, but
it
not
also
super
tells us-
tiny.
It tells us some of the artists on there.
Yes, it does.
Garcia, Lucas Graham, DNCE, the main 6, and more.
Yep, and Lucas Graham is the one that's got that song from the official trailer that everyone wants.
Oh, that's probably what it's going to be.
Yep, that's probably what's going to be.
And that releases, later this month. I have it on pre-order.
I should pre-order that. I do that now, but we're recording.
Oh, it's releases September 22nd.
Nice. It's coming up soon.
Yep, before the movie comes out. So
Yay.
you can know all the songs before.
So you can practice them and learn them and sing them in the movie theater.
And then get kicked out.
Aww. And the last little bit of news, a teaser for next week's episode is up as expected.
Daring Done.
Yep.
Oh no.
Yep.
Oh no.
So yes, that is the news. So, on to discussion stuff. We will first start with the comic.
Yep. Comic we should have got to last week, but mail.
Mail.
Anyway, yes, it's movie prequel number 3. And this one is by Ted Anderson with art by Andy Price and, of course, colors by Heather Breckel. And it focuses on Capper and his friend, Chummer.
Chum. It's a type of fish.
I know. Or a friend.
Yes.
Yeah, they're on the airship that they stole, and now it's crashing, and they wind up going to a place called Klugetown, and they have to survive there. Yeah, and that's town, and they have to survive, and that's pretty much the story, except for the points I don't want to spoil.
Yeah, except for the actual story points.
Yeah, it's actually pretty interesting, I think. Kind of like it.
Yep, it's world building. I think
Yeah.
this town will actually show up in the movie.
Yeah,
So
it will.
So it builds.
I've seen it in the trailer. It's
Yeah.
definitely in the movie.
Yeah. So a little bit of world building.
Interesting. Yeah, I like.
So-
I'm liking what they're doing, setting up for the characters and stuff.
And they're building who Capper is and why he does the things he does.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Also, there's this one guy in here called Verko. He's interesting. So, yeah, it's actually kind of nice just because it's a nice way to build the character without, I guess, making us have to read it if you don't want to read it before the movie comes out. And there's actually some towards the end particularly, actually some interesting stuff happens I like. So, I like it. These movie prequels actually been pretty good.
Yeah.
So there's one more left, I guess.
One more. Is there? There's only 4.
Yeah, I believe this 4th one will actually, my understanding is will focus on Tempest specifically. Ooh.
Gonna see where the Edgelord gets her edge.
Yep. So
that we already kind of know.
A little bit, yeah. So actually, yeah, it's there's the title, Capper of Abyssinia.
Yeah, it's their hometown that we learned about in the first.
Yeah, but that's the title.
Yep.
So yeah, it's good. Yeah, so these movie prequel books or comics have been actually pretty good.
They have.
So yeah, so far no dud. So which means I guess the Tempest one's gonna be dud. I guess, right?
No, it's the one with the best cover. If you ordered it.
Yeah, well, it's good, and I recommend picking it up. especially if you're planning on seeing the movie, which, well, you probably are.
I don't know anyone who isn't eventually planning on seeing this.
Some way, shape, or form.
But yes, you also have an art book to talk about, don't you?
Yes, the art book. The art book that came out this week / last weekend, because some people got it early. But yeah, the Art of My Little Pony, the movie. It's a big hardcover book. It's a coffee table book. It actually is $40. I got it for $25. Thanks, Amazon.
Thanks, Amazon.
But yeah, it's a big hardcover book. It's got how many pages?
A lot.
160 pages.
A lot.
Yeah. Which it's actually got a lot of cool stuff. Most of it's on the kind of what could have been on the movie. A lot of concept art that was never used and stuff, just because they had to cut it for whatever reason. But there are definitely spoilers in it for the movie. I think most of them are not too bad, and a lot of them are stuff you could probably guess going in. But still, if you want to go in completely blind, do not look at this book. I know that's hard because people are just blatantly posting pictures of it on Twitter, which is rude.
Wow, rude. At least hashtag spoiler that.
Yeah. But yeah, it's got a lot of cool stuff in it, like the how they, redesigned the characters for the movie, for the new style and whatnot. Like, talking about, like, yeah, the flash style we use isn't going to work anymore. You got little, different, concept pictures. How they designed it, the talking about how the fact everything is done in 3D, and then they replace the 3D characters with the actual 2D animation. But all the backgrounds and stuff are all still 3D. So They're talking about that process and how, they have the 3D version of the characters in the initial storyboards, and then they'll swap them out.
Yep. I think they have a screenshot of the 3D models they use.
Yeah, there's a very tiny screenshot. What's also actually really cool, and this is great for a lot of people who make art, which is they have the RGB values for all the main 6.
Though we already kind of know that.
I know, but they have the definitive ones because there's always I've noticed every single Victor has that slight differences.
Yeah.
But they have them all listed here, all the RGB values for everything on them.
Nice. Yeah, because I've always just gone to the MLP wiki and used those, because those have got RGB values for everything.
Yep. It's kind of interesting.
Then we'll be able to make sure they're official.
Yep. Like AJ's freckles are actually just pure white.
Huh. Very rarely do you actually see pure white. Like, Rarity is not white.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, Rarity's white. Let's see it. Body fill, 236, 239, 241.
Very close, but not quite there. And Celestia's kind of a pink.
Yeah, she's on here. That's just the main 6. But yeah, it's a very large book. It's a very heavy book. It's got a lot of pages. You're gonna see a lot of alternate designs they're thinking of doing for Ponyville. It looks like they're planning on redesigning Ponyville entirely at one point.
Oh, geez. That would have thrown canon designs out the window.
Yeah, well, they did definitely expand on stuff. And they also hinted that in the movie, the stained glass windows, there will be some Easter eggs.
Oh.
For stuff that happened in the show and whatnot.
Nice.
So that will be a thing. And there's also stuff like how they developed the villains and whatnot is in there. Also, there's like a cutout open at one point. I'm just going to go ahead and drop this one just because it's not in the movie. But Scorpan was going to be in the movie at one point.
Oh, dang.
They said that's how they're planning. That's how the Storm King. Their initial plan was Storm King got a staff from an old Scorpan. He stole it from him. It's like,
oh,
yeah. So that's been cut though. That's been changed entirely. They said they decided to change it to something different because they wanted to basically introduce the audience quickly to the world of MLP if they've never seen it before. And there was some artwork of the Storm King who, it's blatantly based off a real life villain.
Yes,
blatantly. A real life villain, because that guy is a horrible person.
Yes.
So if you're going to design a villain, why not use a real life villain inspiration, right?
Yeah.
'Cause Trump sucks. There, I said it.
In case it wasn't already obvious.
Yep. So $40. That's kind of like whoa price, but
it's good art.
Yeah, but still $40 is kind of the woof.
It's a big book.
I got it for $25. I 25 definitely.
Oh yeah.
For sure, but if you find it cheaper than 40, 40
depends on how much it's worth to
how
you.
much the behind the scenes stuff is really worth it to you, because this is all behind the scenes. There is some pretty artwork in there, but it might not be for some people.
Yeah, at that price range, especially if they don't have a place to put it, or I don't think they'll actually look at it that often.
Yeah. It's a really nice, well put together book, and there's a lot of insight from the artists and whatnot about the process and what they were thinking and all this stuff. and talking about, yeah, we know this stuff wasn't going to make it, but we want to do it anyway.
There's always the art book.
Yep.
The art of book.
Yep. It's good, but I'm not sure it's $40 good. It depends on you and what you prefer, but it's at $40 is kind of that's kind of you gotta really think about it. But if you can find it for less, definitely go for it. That's that.
All right.
Just remember the spoilers.
Yeah.
There are some spoilers. It's, again, nothing huge, but there are spoilers.
All right. So that's that. So I guess the next thing on our list to talk about will be the Equestria Girls shorts. Short, because we only have one this time.
One last one, I think.
Yeah.
Let's see, surprise us one in September. They said August.
Yeah, they said August. It's not August anymore. And this short is titled Leaping Off the Page. In it, Dash reads a book.
Yep. That's it.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, so Dash is just going to start reading Daring Do books. Apparently she has the afternoon to herself. She gets heavily involved in them. And then her friends come to pick her up to go to a movie, and
she doesn't hear.
Or she does, but doesn't recognize because she's involved in a book. And yeah, that's basically it. It's not horrible. I mean, it's a nice little short.
It's fine.
It's
one
fine.
of the shorts.
That's literally what the short's about.
When she was imagining stuff, like the villain was, his voice is a car horn.
Yep.
Or the parrot with the
parrot was the cell phone ringer.
And actually, what's interesting is the book she was reading was Daring Do in the Forbidden City of Clouds, and that is actually one of the real ones.
Yep, I remember that one.
I'm trying to remember if that scene was actually in the book. It's been a while.
I think it was, because the only thing really close, there was a name and the diadem that she had. And I think those were part of that story.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've read that book.
There's definitely a diadem.
Yeah.
I'm trying to...
And then having to find someone to find the city. The Cloud City.
Yeah. Well, again, it's the human world version, so there might just be differences.
Yeah, there might be a few differences. Also, it barely touched any of the stuff in the actual story.
Yeah, and somehow then Dash at one point decided to climb on top of her dresser while reading.
Yep.
Wow, she just climbed on top while she was just reading and just...
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, she is really talented.
It's just kind of weird.
Maybe I just jumped up there because she can do that. I don't know.
Still weird.
I don't know. She was acting like she's, you get things mixed in while dreaming. That was basically how it played out.
Yep. Also, Applejack was honking the horn, which means Applejack does in fact drive.
Yep.
Okay, that does confirm.
She can drive.
Which means they're at least 16. They could have been younger than that, but...
Yeah.
Because they're in high school, but doubtful.
At least. And even then, there's limitations with at 16, there's limitations on what you can do. But it does depend on the state. It's the earliest you can get a license.
Yeah. And I'm in Washington, there's limitations till you're 18.
Yep. Because on an intermediate.
Yep.
And on an intermediate, you can't I think there's limitations on who you can take, at least here in this state. And what times you can drive.
It was obviously in the middle of the day, so.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a thing. It's cool. We got to see Dash's room.
Yeah. Cloudy.
It's cloudy. No chance of meatballs.
Oh.
Yeah. It was nice.
Yeah, it was good. It was just whatever.
I mean, it's a short. What else can you say? Not much else to it.
Yep.
So yeah.
I'm guessing that's probably the last one, though.
Possibly.
Or at least the last one of the summertime shorts.
Yeah.
Because they did say August, and August is over.
Unless
one shows up. Well, unless one or two show up this weekend, which I haven't seen anything yet.
Yeah, huh? More might pop up, and we'll talk about them if they do.
Yep.
Because there's a few things we haven't seen yet, like Twilight with their tech support stuff or
whatnot. They might not come up till the web series then.
Yeah, maybe.
Because remember, that's coming.
Web series. That'll be a thing.
Also, someone did notice, I just remembered someone did notice the outfits in the web series promo stuff from like the investor call or whatever. Match the outfits on the Equestria Girls Minis, the new ones, the packaging. The outfits match the photoshopped ones.
Yep.
So it's like, are they changing outfits for the series then?
Maybe. May also be where we're getting our beach episode.
Yeah, I mean, that toys are supposed to be based off stuff that happens in the show or whatever. So, or the show is supposed to do stuff based off the toys.
Although that doesn't always follow. We've never seen Pinky dress or the rest of the main six dress up as goth. That was a thing.
That was a Toys R Us exclusive, not a
Yeah.
wide release. That's totally different. So, yay, I guess.
We also haven't seen the Masquerade thing from a ways back.
That was a long time ago. That was a weird thing.
That was a long time
I know,
ago.
they do good pick and choose, but it sounds like the Equestria Girls stuff that tends to very much follow closely to the toys.
Yeah.
It seems like, for the most part.
So who knows? We don't,
See.
that's for sure.
We'll see.
Yep.
We'll find out.
So moving on to our last bit, the show episode
Yep.
itself. Yes. We're going to talk about To Change a Changeling.
Oh, boy.
All right, so to quickly summarize, Starlight and Trixie are going to visit Thorax to help out with some stuff, and on the way they get captured by Thorax's brother Pharynx, who apparently is having trouble embracing the changes. So they're there to help, one, deal with Pharynx, and two, to deal with a monster that's been terrorizing the hive called the Maulwurf. Starlight comes up with a wonderful plan to use the Maulwurf to get Pharynx to help and embrace the hive again. It goes horribly wrong, then goes better than expected, and then everyone lives happily ever after. And yeah, that's a quick summary.
Yeah.
More or less.
Somewhat.
Skip some of the minor details that we can get into now. So, off the bat, this is a Starlight and Trixie episode.
Boo.
So yes, as you probably are aware, we're not exactly great fans of
The
them.
last Starlight Trixie episode didn't go very well.
It did not go very well. However, this one went better than that one.
Yeah.
Although that's not a very high bar to
It was better
pass.
than I was expecting, which still is that bar was in the ground.
It beat our expectations, but our expectations were not high to begin with. I will say it wasn't horrible. It was not a bad episode. That's for sure. It was, I will say, mostly enjoyable.
Pharynx made it.
Pharynx did make it. It definitely, he was,
Yes.
he made the episode.
Yeah, he's the best character. Unfortunately, they had to make him all at the end, but
we'll get to that part.
I went to that anyway.
Okay, I kind
Fight
of
me.
want to save that one a little bit later, even though it is staring at me in the face right now.
Ew.
Yeah. Well, first of this episode, let's see if I can get this last name right. Nope, I forgot the last name already.
It's Kevin Lappin.
Lapin. That's
or
what it is.
Lapin or something. It's Lappin.
Lapin. Yes, Kevin Lapin. That's not one that I recognize.
Yeah, I think he's a new one.
That is a new one, and I think he did an alright job. One thing I do like is it kind of lampshaded the whole changelings, the new ones, and they're all happy lovey bit got kind of annoying, and it kind of played off of that and to that a bit.
A little bit.
Especially with Pharynx. Pharynx is great.
Yeah, Pharynx was great.
Pharynx was great. Basically, he is everyone who didn't like the new changelings. Every one of us in the fans is like, no, this is stupid. So it was great. It really was. There are some other things in this episode, like it did kind of kill off one of our ideas.
Our hopes.
Yeah, the idea that we'd have another faction.
I found
Though
all
it's still there. They could still do it with Chrysalis.
He's saying he found them all.
Yeah, they say he
found all the rogue changelings.
all the rogue changelings and got them all but Pharynx to change.
And I guess Chrysalis. But
Yeah.
it's like, no,
I wanted to see.
It's like, why'd you do that?
I wanted to see more of that.
Mistake. That was a mistake, in my opinion.
I don't know. They could still bring it back.
So they could still be a looming threat somewhere, and then bam.
They could still bring it back
Theoretically.
if Chrysalis, creates a new hive.
You didn't get them all.
Yeah, because Chrysalis has not been changed.
As far as we know. We haven't seen her.
We haven't seen her. I'm pretty sure if she had been changed, we would have seen her here.
And that's also a big deal that I don't think they do off screen.
Yeah. But yeah, we got a little bit of backstory, too, between Thorax and Pharynx. A little bit. Not a huge amount, but a little bit.
Yourself.
Stop hitting yourself. Pharynx was kind of a jerk.
Yeah.
But he loved Thorax in his own way.
As they say.
As they say. Yeah, how's he turn into his giant bug thing?
Yeah. A different kind of bug thing.
Yeah, different kind of bug thing. People, at least on Derpy, are calling it Changeling Megavolution, which is kind of funny. But yeah, it interesting. It does share all of the sort of just the bug things. Those are the wings on that look very similar to the Changeling wings.
Yeah.
A bit odd. Also, Pharynx is a different design. In his
Slightly.
old Changeling design, with purple eyes, red tail,
Yeah.
blue carapace and wings, instead of the standard green and such. So it was a little bit interesting that he had a different design than everyone else.
Yeah, a little bit.
So I wonder if that was at all significant.
I doubt it. It's just probably they just want to differentiate things for once.
Probably.
Yeah, this episode is mostly enjoyable. I will say there is this kind of a weird thing. I think I enjoyed things for different reasons than other people, which is they kind of illustrate how much these two characters suck.
Wow.
So I kind of enjoyed it, just kind of them being, I guess, thrown under the bus.
Starlight and Trixie.
Yeah, because, it's like, Starlight sucks at planning. I mean, we've kind of already seen that, but she really sucks at making good plans.
Yeah, she's not
I'm
great.
going to lead the monster back to the hive. Wait, you did what?
You did what?
And everyone has called her out on it. That was stupid. What are you doing?
Yeah. Also, Trixie's kind of a jerk. Just throw Starlight under the bus all the time.
Actually, if you really think about it, if anything, Trixie and Starlight didn't really do anything.
My job here is done.
They didn't, again, it's another one of those, they didn't do anything of really helpful anyway.
The only thing they did is they kind of brought the Mulworth thing to a head. Like they said at the end, it Starlight's plan, while kind of backfired, ended up working out in the end anyway.
Not because of her plan, though.
Not because of her plan, but it kind of
nothing she did
brought it to head. It wouldn't have happened if she hadn't have tried. If she hadn't been there, things may have not gone that way. But it wasn't because of her plan. It was, but also wasn't.
It wasn't really at all. I would not say anything she did really helped at all. I would disagree with that. And also, they weren't going to help in the first place. They were just going to visit.
Yeah, they were just going to visit. Well, they were going to visit to see if they could help, but they didn't know what they were going to be helping
That's
about.
What they said. They're just trying to be supportive. Just, you can do it.
Yeah.
Not the greatest. And Trixie's not the greatest candidate for that. That's for sure.
No. Trixie just would steal the show.
That's the other thing. Is just Trixie's just immediately, every single time, just throws Starlight under the bus. Every single time. It's like something went wrong. It's like, it wasn't me, it was her. It's like, you have great judgment there, Starlight.
Wow.
Great judgment in character. Also, Starlight was the one who's willing to go like, I'm going to give up and just kind of tell him to throw Pharynx out. It's too hard. I'm done.
It's too hard. He's a lost cause.
Yeah, so it's kind of enjoyable watching those two just getting, seeing those two get burned constantly.
I guess. If you're into Schadenfreude, I guess.
Oh yes, I am definitely into
you
that.
You are. I'm not as big of a fan.
So I enjoyed it because of that. So I get to see those two get kind of torn down. So in that aspect of them as actual enjoyable characters, no, not really. They were kind of pretty average. But as seeing them get burned was great. But other than that, they were just average. Otherwise, Starlight's speech was like weird.
That one was really weird.
Honestly, I saw someone say this
one
online, and I think I agree with them. They should have given that speech to Thorax to show his growth as a character. Because he's that's been kind of a thing, as he's struggling with the whole he doesn't know how to really lead super well. So this whole idea of him kind of making a big speech, that could have shown his growth as a character. I think honestly that person's right. They should have given the speech to Thorax.
Yeah, I can see where that's coming from.
To Thorax rather than
Thorax should have made the speech. Reestablish his authority,
dominance. Establish dominance.
Sort of. That's no. Effect. That's true. That's what it means. But I don't like. There's connotations of that phrase. No. Yeah, but to more reestablish that he's the leader, and his position, and establish his newfound confidence.
Yeah, character growth.
It would have been better in that case.
That's one of those weird little mistakes.
But the speech itself was still kind of weird too.
Yeah.
It started off this super passive aggressive. I was getting kind of worried when it started off.
Like I said, Starlight's not a good leader.
But the whole speech is weird. It started out as passive aggressive, then flipped over in the end.
I know, but this is part of the reason I would say Starlight is not a good leader, because that speech was just weird.
Yeah.
And it took a while for I think the reason it took them a while to kind of follow is because it took them a while to like, what is she insulting us or?
It was hyper manipulative at first.
Yeah, that's one thing she's good at is manipulating.
Yeah.
See this,
but then it flipped over at the end to not being
turned upside down.
It is just a weird speech.
Oh, another thing. Complaint. The final little battle with the mole wolf was they didn't
Pharynx
really
changed once.
They didn't really use their
and
strengths to their advantages. They've proven before they can turn into like a lot of things.
Yeah, Pharynx changed into the giant beetle thing.
Yeah, so it's like,
what happened to the rest of them? Yeah,
why
they
aren't
said
they
they're out of
using-
practice, I guess. It might be
I
their excuse, but that's
guess.
kind of a weak excuse.
it's like, so they just kind of made it hit itself. I guess it's kind of weird. It's trying to tie back into the whole childhood thing, but
I
it kind
get
of
why they did it, but
falls flat.
It did fall flat a little bit in my
So it's
opinion.
just kind of like, oh, it just winds up being uninteresting, even though we've seen some pretty cool fight scenes in the show.
Yeah, that's what it really needed was
So-
a good fight scene.
And here's one right here. We have a perfect opportunity, and it's just kind of.
Oh, I would have loved to have seen a good fight
I
scene.
think
Like,
that's one thing.
Yeah.
It's just kind of. It fell flat because it's not very interesting because they don't really use what they're known for. They don't use their strength. They're just kind of.
I wonder if it got cut for time.
Well,
There was
even
other
then-
things they could have cut for time and make this one longer.
That's not a very good excuse. This
isn't, but-
this is just a little. I think it's just they just were really trying to make it tie into the childhood story, and just because of that, it made it suffer.
Yeah, I would have. You know what I would have done here? I probably would have cut the whole stop hitting yourself kind of thing because I think that was kind of pointless and changed the fight scene to have because they mentioned we're out of practice. I would have had that mentioned in there, but have Pharynx actually bring them back together for a fight together.
Yeah.
A big fight
To show
together.
his character
and
growth.
show him, getting involved again and being
Yeah.
his person, his thing
role.
that he's done, his role.
Yeah, that's his whole thing
and
was he used to
realizing
be
and
the-
them realizing that his role still has purpose, and him realizing he still has purpose in his role.
Yeah.
In his old role.
Because that was his whole thing. Was
Within
his
the
whole
new
role
Changeling.
was he was the patrol,
Yeah, he was a
and-
patrol lead.
and now that's all dead because the hive is completely different now.
Yeah, that's what I would want to see is them struggle with that and him come to that term and him bring everyone back together
That
and
would've
lead
worked.
to a giant fight scene
Yeah, that-
against them and win.
With them
that would have been
changing
an
and everything.
epic
That
fight
would've
scene.
much
That
better.
would have been a great. That's what I wanted to see.
Yeah, that's much better. That would have tied in much better. I'm just that. So that's I think it falls apart right there. And so that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that. Also, apparently, Trixie and Starlight don't know how to get out of a burlap sack.
Well, Starlight could have, but she specifically said we need to figure out what's going on.
but
So
it's
she
just
went
kind
with
of.
it. And so that makes sense.
It's
Like,
still
okay,
so
something's going
silly.
on. We need to see where this goes so we can figure out what's going on.
Yeah,
Starlight could
Yeah,
have.
although-
She chose not to for good reasons on that one. I think that's a non-issue.
it's still
Trixie
weird.
couldn't because she just can't do
She's-
anything right.
Yeah, she has to settle for second best. Right? Sure, second best.
I think that was more a kind of a jab at her more than
I
an
know.
actual second. I think it
I
was
know,
more
but
of a
still, it's
sarcastic
like-
jab.
More like 10th best if she's lucky.
I do like that they didn't even mention or bring up the whole emotions crap. They said that's not how it works, but they didn't say the emotions thing, which I think was just a stupid idea from the last Trixie Starlight
all balled
episode.
up, yeah.
Oh, magic's just based around your emotion.
That was
Fortunately,
not a
they
great idea.
didn't go back to that.
Yeah, that was not great.
So yeah, one other thing that was in this episode, the feelings forum.
Feelings for him. Yep.
There was a couple things in that.
Yep.
One, the whole idea of the feelings forum. I was a little worried when that first happened. I thought it was just going to be annoying
Yeah.
talking about feelings and stuff like that. But it was not super annoying. It was actually kind of funny. It's like we actually
My
had
soap's too hot.
that was great. But we actually had a hippie changeling.
Yep.
And that was a great character. I loved the hippie changeling. It was just great. Really well done. All the other ones are kind of annoying with their hippiness, but this one was just like right where it needed to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, my soup's too hot.
No, it's just
What? I thought this was a place of air feelings.
Oh, cool down.
Yeah, that was perfect.
I love that. Yeah, that was a good. That was I think that was my favorite thing in the
Out of the feelings
the
forum.
whole episode. Actually,
Yeah.
possibly that little joke. That was my favorite
it's
joke
cool
in the
down.
episode. It's just so basic, but it just kind of works.
It did. It worked.
The other thing about
Non
the other thing was,
sequitur thing.
that when we opened in the feelings forum, we got that changeling in there who's talking about being different colors,
Yeah.
allegory.
Yeah, you can be who you want to be.
Yeah, and not only that, you
It's
can
like-
change colors
Yeah.
when you want. You could be purple one day, blue the next day.
I
You could
feel
even
like
change two multiple colors on the one day. And it's like,
And the response was, it feels like I'm lying to myself.
yeah. And it's like,
It's like this it could be, I'm not going to say it is, but it could be an allegory
about
to trans.
particularly people feel non-binary.
Yeah, non-binary or
Particularly that.
gender dysphoria.
Yeah.
Could be an allegory to gender dysphoria and transgenderism. And I would love to see that handled well.
Yeah.
I would love to see that brought up and say, yeah, that's okay.
It's very subtle though.
It is subtle.
But
It didn't need to be much more than that.
Yep. But the nice thing is also it was handled very positively.
It was. That's the big thing. Handle it positively. That was kind of cool. I liked it.
Yeah, so that was an interesting thing in of itself.
I got one more thing. I'm just saying if you got any more.
You go ahead with it.
So back to Pharynx.
Yeah.
He changed.
Yeah, he changed the thing.
So yes, at
Which I
the
brought up earlier,
end.
and then you're like, no!
Yeah, at the very end, Pharynx did change into the new design. Couple things. He actually has more of a design like Thorax, which
Yeah.
kind of fits considering it's Thorax's brother, but also what about the rest of his brood? So it's interesting that Pharynx has a very regal design. It shares a lot of Thorax's stuff like that. And I think the only real difference in like shape design between the two is Pharynx's horns, because Pharynx still has the chest bubbles. Everything else looks identical, except maybe a little smaller, a little shorter, and the horns are smaller, but still got the big wings, the big tail, the chest things, whatnot. So yeah, it's a bit interesting that he gets that more regal design. It's like, I think people are calling him Prince, the changeling Prince now, because Thorax is the king, he becomes sort of the prince, especially with that design. So that in itself is a little bit interesting.
Yeah.
He has the bigger, fancier design.
Yeah.
The other one, I like his design better than Thorax's.
Yeah. I still think they should have just cut those extra horns out entirely.
Yes, probably. Although it would, how they did it with this, one, the orange isn't as ugly, anywhere near as ugly the way they went with this pinkish red design, and I think that's a lot better looking, in my opinion, than the orange. Also, the fact that the horns are much smaller means they're less of an eyesore.
Also, they didn't try to pull gradient nonsense.
They did a little bit on his chest, but it's not orange against green.
Yeah.
So it's not as an eyesore. It's like this bluish, dark bluish with green and stuff, and it works a lot better.
Blue and green.
It does work a lot.
Yeah, blue and green works together very well.
Well, it's a bluish. It's like greenish blue.
Anyway, blue and greens go together really well.
Like cobalt, yeah. Well, so does blue and orange. Yes, they do go very well.
Finally get it.
Ours are separate. I mean, this is a combined blue and
Still,
green.
they go together very well.
Yes, they go together very well.
That's why the gradient
That's why we
works
chose
better.
it. But yeah, I do like Pharynx's design better than Thorax's.
Oh, speaking of Pharynx,
Right,
voiced by Bill Newton.
Bill Newton is back.
Yes, Bill
Another character he voices, because he did Bright Mac.
Very strong bad style too.
It was great.
Someone said they
people
were
are
actually
mentioning that
they said their biggest disappointment was it wasn't actually voiced by Strong Bad.
That would have been great. That
Yeah.
would have been great.
Let's see, Ian Hanlon was.
Ian
some of the
Hanlon
changelings.
is back. Ian Hanlon has done stuff before,
Yeah.
and I can't remember exactly
Yeah.
what.
Ellen Ray Hennessy was the group leader. I'm guessing the hippie.
The hippie.
So she's been in an episode before. I believe she was in Fame and Misfortune, if I recall correctly.
I think so. I can't remember off the top of my head, but they have been around before. But it's nice they're not just one-time background. They're bringing them back for other things.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah, my biggest course disappointment is no main six whatsoever.
Yeah, but I guess sometimes you're not going to get them all.
You know, if there's one character to dump, but I'm just saying.
It needs more Dash.
I'll take her over to Starlight.
Yeah.
And we're going to Dash next week, so.
True, we are getting that, and I definitely look forward to that. Unfortunately, you're going to lead that one.
Oh, no!
I don't get to lead the Dash episodes.
Womp, womp, womp. Oh, well.
But yeah.
I can't think of anything else really.
I can't think of anything else. All in all, it was a lot better than I expected it to be, but that doesn't mean much because I wasn't expecting
the
much
mole
to begin
Worf thing. The problem was they couldn't. Part of the problem was they couldn't actually pierce its hide because its hide was so tough, and that's why they had to get it itself. And it reminded me,
which is a common trope.
Yeah, although it did remind me of actually Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 recently.
I haven't seen it.
I know, but there's a bit in the beginning of them fighting a monster. The very beginning, because it's not really a spoiler. They're fighting a monster that, well, they literally can't do anything because its hide is too tough.
So they're not connected because this was written well before that aired.
Yeah.
This was probably written before.
It's because I just watched it again this week, so it just reminded me of that.
Yeah, but that is a common trope. You have to use
get creative
the monster
to
against
fight
itself.
Or no, Incredibles. That's the other thing. The Omnidroid in the Incredibles.
Yeah, it was too tough, so you had to use its own
the claw
thing
to pierce itself.
Yep,
that was another. That was actually.
It's a common trope.
Yeah, it's also big. It was just a mole, big mole.
It's a mole worm. Well, mole worf, but moles.
It's just a big
anyway.
mole.
It's a giant mole.
Mole.
Giant naked mole rat.
Oh,
Rufus, no.
Yeah. It was
acceptable.
It was acceptable, and I'm surprised so many people were calling it amazing. I was like, wasn't that great?
I mean, if you're not horribly against Starlight or Trixie, I could definitely.
We just also pushed a bunch of holes in other stuff too.
But it wasn't as bad as it definitely was not as bad as we were expecting.
Well, no,
it's definitely
bad.
not.
I'm just saying it's not amazing.
Series.
I'm just like, it's not amazing. It's a pretty good episode at best.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. It's just
everyone has their own opinions.
It's pretty good. There's just enough problems that just like.
I would have liked the things to be different, but everyone has their own opinions.
I think the big one was that the fight scene was kind of a big, huge letdown.
I already said what I wanted to see, and I that would have been cool.
So, yeah.
But yeah, I think that's enough rambling on there.
Pretty good.
It was pretty good, better than what I was expecting, but that doesn't mean much because I wasn't expecting much.
Yeah, my expectations are really low, so it kind of.
Yeah. I guess it's better to have low expectations and have them beat than have high ones and have them.
I don't know. I just like having high expectations and having them be, met.
Yes, that would be nice, but it's also how you get disappointed. At least it wasn't all bottled up. Yeah, at least it wasn't that one. Anyway, yeah, that's about all we can ramble on about that. And since we don't have any fan content this week, there was good stuff that came out, just nothing that really grabbed me for music-wise. So I guess that means we gotta wrap this up.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta wrap this up. I'm not gonna get into another song. Anyway, if you liked what you heard, you can find all of our episodes, past, future, present, at pony411.libsyn.com. So go there, check them all out. You can also find us on iTunes. Just search for Pony411. Subscribe to us on iTunes to have it all auto-download if you want to do that. Give us a good rating on there too if you like us. Or don't if you don't. I guess that's your choice. You can also find us on Stitcher, Stitcher.com, or on the mobile apps. Just search for us, Pony411. You can also find us on Google Play, play.google.com/music. Search for us. You know our name. Find us there. You can also find us on YouTube, youtube.com/pony411. Like, comment, and subscribe. Yes, that triplet of things. And you can also find us on Ponyville Live. A whole bunch of different shows are on there, and we are included. So find us there. It will update automatically with our YouTube page. We also air on Ponyville FM every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, so tune in then, or earlier or later, because there's good music that happens as well. If you would like to get a hold of us, you can email us. We are pony411podcast@gmail.com. So send us comments, criticisms, suggestions. Tell us what you liked or didn't like about the episode, ours or the show episodes. If you have something you want us to talk about, send it to us there and we'll take a look. Whatnot, if you want to say hi, that's fine too. You can also find us on Facebook, facebook.com/pony411. We post updates there when they happen. Go like our page if you have a Facebook account. We're also on Twitter. It's probably the best way for quick communications. It is at Pony411. So yeah, follow us, tweet us. That's where you see us tweet our random little stuff and whatnot that's happening. Yeah, we also put reviews of toys on our YouTube channel. Might want to mention that too. Should have some stuff coming up shortly once Nemesis finished working on them. So keep an eye out there for more toys that we're reviewing.
Buy our toys.
Buy our toys. Yes. You can also follow us on our personal Twitter accounts. I am at Alca7raz with a 7 instead of a T and an underscore at the end, and he is at Nemesis Prime 1.
Yep.
So go follow us there, see what we're tweeting.
I got a Figma.
You did get a Figma. I'm not getting a Figma till October now.
Hope it doesn't lose its way.
It might. Yes. Yeah, what have I been tweeting about recently? I just tweeted something. I forgot what it was.
Oh, well.
Yes. Anyway, that's the episode. I hope you liked what you heard, and I hope you tune in next week when we talk about Daring Don't, I believe?
Daring Done.
Done.
Daring
Don't was the other
episode,
one.
was season 4.
It's like Daring something, and it starts with a D.
Daring Done.
Done. Yes. So, until then, though, remember, please, pony responsibly. See ya.
5 left.